Well, something else that came up today, speaking of pluralism, a word that I've had a hard time mentioning today, and not quite the space in Mombasa, or at least the environment being given in Mombasa, as the latest news there, police are probing the vandalism of Mombasa gubernatorial candidate Hassan Omar's campaign truck. And Peter Mwangangi now joins us live, and we'll be able to confirm, Peter, whether the officials have been attacked as this happened.
On the account that it's stage money.
Thank you, Mark. Yes, there has been an incident early this morning, and it involved this truck right behind me. If my cameraman Karim Rajan can just show what is happening right behind me, the windscreen of this truck was smashed. It appears there were about 3 attempts to smash it, and also the headlights of this truck were sort of smashed. The incident happened at around 3 a.m. earlier today. Remember, this truck was just launched yesterday for campaigns for the Wiper candidate for the governorship of Mombasa, Hassan Omar, and this happened right after the campaigners, rather the campaign team, left Changamwe at night, and they were getting ready to continue with their campaigns today. And it did not just involve this truck. Also, right opposite this truck, where this truck is parked, is the Renaissance Center, which houses the secretariat for the candidate. And we understand that there was sort of an attempt to petrol bomb it. We do not know the specific details concerning that. Earlier this morning, we were at the urban OCPD offices, that is Lucas Ogara, and he did not give us any statement concerning this incident. But a few minutes ago when we were here, there were officers from the crime scene, police crime scene. They were taking pictures, and also they were trying to assess the situation. But now with me, I have the candidate himself, that is Hassan Omar. What happened?
I only rely on what I was told by our night guards, that at around 3 a.m. A car carrying some youth came here. It stopped, and it started attacking a very unarmed truck, very helpless. So they stormed the truck, and when they saw what was happening, they are unarmed themselves, so they took flight. Later on, I think our first instinct was to report the matter to the police upon getting this information. So when the police came to the scene later on, the DCIO, he picked a couple of objects which he says reasonably he believes to be petrol bombs, and one that was lobbed over the gate and landed on one of the small cars inside the secretariat. So that for us is the situation as it stands. We have asked them to speed up the investigations. We want to know the truth of this matter and to get to the heart of it, because I think no politics or political campaign should be subjected to any type of intimidation or any form of violence or an attempt to injure, to kill, or to destroy property.
But from the superficial look of things, who could be behind this?
It's difficult to tell, but there's a signature mark of some opponents in this county who have gone blitz. They think they monopolize violence. They have over the last 10, 15 years managed this county with fear and intimidation. I'm candid to say that earlier in the day, Abu, the brother, the governor's brother, who is actually the actual governor, kept calling a couple of my relatives, including my father-in-law, telling them how in a certain incident involving his son was beaten up. I'm not privy to the facts behind this, and for us, we thought the natural recourse for him was not to be calling my family members, telling them of the incident, but to report the matter to the police, which I think he possibly has. But for me, this is a signature mark, because I'm told, I'm informed that a car trailed my PA this late night, early this morning, actually. And then this incident happens. So what I know is that I can tell if it is them. They should know that Mombasa is now beyond fear. Mombasa does not fear him. It does not fear the governor. The governor just runs himself all over this county. Nobody fears him. He has failed to deliver for this county. And we are progressing to bring change.
But because he's not here, maybe probably to defend himself, let us talk about those who will be...
about me when I'm not there.
There are those who will say that maybe you could also be involved in trying to bring, doing it yourself to bring some sympathy.
I don't need sympathy votes to win Mombasa County gubernatorial elections. The only person who needs sympathy votes, Huruma kabisa, is the governor himself. You find that his strategy is just about sympathy, sympathy, sympathy. He has delivered nothing. There's nothing to show for it. So I'm reasonable enough. I have sufficient reasonability not to seek sympathy through these types of means, but for them also to appreciate that we hardly fear them. We are not intimidated with them. We have raised concerns in this county, and we will beat them in the elections, notwithstanding.
Do you fear for your life?
No, I always believe in God. I don't get disarmed by the state and say that now I believe in God. Before I get disarmed, I've never traded state security. Even when I am deserving of it, I know that I have the same security establishment that any governor in this country is given. But I do not want first to be disarmed and then say how I fear God and rely on God. I've relied on God all through, and I can tell you that they should not attempt anything foolish. That is just the real issue. But what I want to tell our supporters, I've been getting very angry phone calls from our supporters. Been getting very angry phone calls from across the board. It's just to retain the calm. This is just a lorry. We're going to be moving in the next half hour, 1 hour after the crime scene gives us the authority to do. The officers who are investigating this matter gives us the authority to do so. We will not roll back our campaigns today. We're in Shanzu. We will be in Nyali tomorrow, and the campaign continues. So I don't think we will roll back. And there's nothing to fear. We rely on the Almighty in the strictest sense of the word. We do not say we rely on the Almighty, then we'll drive in a contingent of cars and inspectorate. We rely on the Almighty in the strictest sense of the word.
Finally, maybe as you continue with your campaigns, are you confident of a win?
I do not see any reason why Joho will be re-elected in this county. Not single reason. He can be re-elected outside in the social media with his social media lynch mob. He can be re-elected in some constituencies that are just reacting to a certain euphoria. This is probably the easiest campaign I've had to fight since I was a student leader, because I'm not dealing with somebody with an ideology, somebody with a proven track record, which I've had to deal with. Even Balala was a tougher challenger. Kajembe was a tougher challenger in the last elections, and I surmounted that. We're dealing with a challenger who's not done the simplest of jobs, to just pick garbage. He promises a Dubai when there's no water in Mombasa. He promises a Dubai when he cannot pick garbage. He promises a Dubai when there's no sanitation. He promises a Dubai by simply, getting donations from Dubai into our hospital beds. So I think there's a complete nexus of reforms that we want to undertake, which I think those reforms are so strong in terms of their persuasive element that I do not believe for a moment that we face any real threat from Hassan Joho.
Thank you. That is the Wiper gubernatorial candidate for Mombasa County, Hassan Omar, speaking to us about that particular incident. Of course, we'll be seeking statements from the police on what they perceive of this incident, what list they will be looking at, and of course we'll be bringing you all those updates. Also we'll be looking for the other side, which has been accused of being behind this, the camp of Governor Hassan Joho, to see what will be their response concerning these claims that have been made against them. That is all from here for now.